All right, let's have a look at some charts. This should work. Okay, what we have here. So, what's going on? Ah, yes. So this was short from UJ, dollar yen, 15 chart with the H4 block, and it's okay. Yes, I was targeting wrong place of liquidity because all the arrows show here. The gaps, all the gaps are already taken previously. So at the point of this signal here, with the stop here, we create wave down, right? So within this structure, from here, within this structure, here to actually let's do a box. We have short, well, waiting for shorts, right? And we do get it there. And so because there was a wave down here, this rejects, so this should be strong. So that's why stop is here, and targeting is should be this. But I think I was targeting actually this level. Yes, and the reasoning was to target this here was that, well, to be honest, I was looking at this and looking to the side, and I didn't see all this information because I didn't really zoom into my platform enough, or zoom out in this case, right? Yeah, TP was there, yes. So I didn't actually think about, if you look closely at this action, price has been moving here, and we have so much power here that we create some form of gap, right? And price comes up, and later we go into it, right? Comes up, you see, small gap, the arrow, gap, 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 go into it. We have a double bottom, yeah. We got some gaps, it's everything is filled. We got something happening, it's filled right from here with this, right? Also this is filled by here the action and previously, so I was targeting this. In reality I should be targeting the low, which is often the case, and also here, but yeah, so this was the target, and so that was what I did here. And it's only one single chart, it's an H4, and yeah, whatever, trade during US overlap session, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, also look, something interesting here on this chart, and this is FX, but still notice that we have overlapping all the move down here from the level that we returned, right? We turned, let's just go turn from here. Oh man, that's not good. We turned here, right? And we went down. Now if you look at all the bars, red overlaps with red, overlaps with red, and this as well, and yeah, maybe here is something, and here is a little bit of something, and but it's, I mean, it's so small. This region has the left of the overlap, and look how far we come touch this first one and reject off it. So if you ask me, whatever is left up here, if it's so small that you can't see it, then it's not there, okay? And it's very small in this case. You compare this that you hardly can see, I already have zoomed in, right? Compared to this is visible, right? Or this is visible, right? You understand what I'm talking about here. So yeah, that's why I outlined lick should be here, and we touched it and rejected. I mean, it's flawless, really. The target should be lower, but hey. Yeah, okay, so that's it. And yes, that's that one. Next. Not saving this. Okay. What's this? Oh, yes. So I was looking at somebody else using similar concept as me, and they say sell before buy, right? And so it's like looking at the last move down here before we went up and before we broke the level, and that's what's shown down here, right? And yeah, and that's why I would actually, like, you see the power that's come from here creates this high, and later it appears to be holding, right? We don't know if it's gonna hold, but it appears to be holding. And I know this is tiny, these are tiny bars, and yes, it's very small. Yes, yes, yes. But the idea is this, right? Green color. Let's just change my drawing thing. Green color, right? We start from here. We go down, red, 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 and this is the low, right? So that means we're moving this all this way, this distance, and then we go higher. Notice spike, and notice big bar that closes way beyond this. So that is what we created here. This should then be strong, as this should also be strong, and that's why I draw this here. So yeah, interesting concept. I will add it to my archive for reference. What else do we have here? Yes. Okay. This is an example of my multi-chart system, where I have previously outlined, as you see, H1 box. So the H1 box here means that somewhere to the side there's an H1 level that may or may not be interesting. And that's why I draw it, and that's why I have H1 level here, and the arrow and double lines means this should be stop. But we need on the fast chart, this is a 5-minute chart, this is H1 plus 5 minutes, we need the structure change, we need the change of the power to the downside to enter. Now let's zoom into the actual entry. So we are up here. Next area of interest probably is this, that's why I outlined with lick. So this should be TP, or at least the first one, unless you want to go further, but that's normally what I do. Target this, that's why I target this here. And stop would be above the thing, which is where it is. The reason for the entry here is, let's zoom in more to this circled area. Okay. We came up, and then we started moving down. We came even more up, we started moving down. No, this is the last move up. Change color again. This is the last move up, right? And then we go down, beyond. We close with this bar. This is where we close beyond, or maybe it's that one, but if we close in this area, beyond, right? Okay. Now, that means that we should have power from this level to enter short. And the first short price action signal is this. And that's why the order is placed there. And that's why the stop is above, because we changed power here, because, yeah, you see. And one more. And yeah, I was about to say that we had a gap, but we have a small gap here as well. But it's, like I said previously, it's so small that if you have to zoom in to find it, it's not there. Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep this shorter. I'll make another video for a few more days, just because people can't really keep attention. But yeah, so the principle is like find the direction and the interesting place to put a trade on a slower chart. In this case, we had the H1, right? And then switch to a corresponding faster chart. In this case, for me, for my system, I use H1 and 5 minutes to combine. Yeah, I need to find a similar structure on 5 minutes. So both of them are, well, they are in line, I could say. And then, yeah, so we switch, we find the power, we find the stop, we find the level, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And if we want to talk about trailing, yeah, okay. Let's talk about trailing. So we enter here, right? Stop is here. We create this high. Okay, whatever. We create this low. We create this bar. Okay, so this area has spikes. This is closing way beyond with a bigger bar. We have a gap here as well. Yeah, so two of gaps in a move leg with power down. So yeah, some people will say, okay, but we don't really have power here. No, we don't really have that, because we want to have like a formation here with more power. But we have two gaps regardless, right? meaning we have two gaps. So either stop can go here if you are like that, but more realistically, this would be the level where if I would trail it, I would trail it to here. And then later, if I was watching this, because notice, this is a US overlap session and it ends here, meaning this is like way too late, right, in the night. And also now, so look, I'm gonna change the color. So we have the next low created here, and we also have bars closing in the same area, meaning we have double low. And if you follow me, you know my rules, double low, double level. We can move, or I will and can move the stop to the high that created these levels. And that is trailing, and later we smash TP, as people like to say these days. Yeah, that's it for this video. And if you like this, if you have some ideas, if you have some questions, post your questions, and I'll see you in the market. Yeah.